Everything costs something. It's going to cost you either attention, time, or resources. What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go. What's going on, fellas? This is Mike D, Mr. Double Down on You, with another episode of Black Fathers Now. Hope y'all are having a blessed day, making the most of the moments that you have, because each moment that you have is precious. Each moment that you have is precious. And we've seen, challenging stories in the news. We've seen things that are not necessarily great. We've all lost people. We've experienced situations, issues, and all of that. And to me, those are things to not sit around and, use as fuel to be mad. But for me, it inspires me to realize that every moment is a blessing. Every moment is something that I should be thankful for. So therefore, I need to do something powerful with every moment that I have. Like, for real. Again, we can be upset, we can be mad, and that's part of us, right? Those are emotions that we have. And there are times in which we should be upset and mad. But then there are also times in which we should use challenging situations. We should use loss. We should use things that are not considered positive to serve as motivation to realize that each moment that we have right now, that we have our mind, that we have our freedom, that we have our, capacities and faculties and all of that stuff, we should use all of that as motivation to realize that this is a blessing. This moment is a blessing. But, I wanted to throw something out here today as we think about this moment, right? And I want to challenge each one of you all to do something, right? Do something positive. But I also want you to remember that everything costs something. Everything costs something. It's going to cost you either attention, time, or resources, i.e. money. Everything that you do is going to cost something. It's going to cost you either your attention, your time, or your resources. And that's just the reality of it. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. It's going to cost you either attention, time, or your resources, or at times a combination of all three. But we have to realize that, at times we have a mindset that things just come for free, right? That things are just naturally free, that somebody's giving me something, it's free. But it came at a cost. It came at a cost. Now, whether you physically paid a cost as it pertains to money, whether you had to spend time with that thing that was given to you, or that thing that was given to you required your attention, it cost you something. On the other hand, it cost the person giving it to you something. So therefore, there is nothing in life that is completely free. So that being said, I want to challenge you all to make the most of each moment doing something worthwhile. But I also want you to be mindful that nothing is going to come for free. It's going to cost you your attention, meaning you're going to have to be focused on something. And by being focused on something, that means your attention is drawn away from something else. Think about that. As it pertains to attention, if you're focused on something, that means it's going to draw your attention away from something else. That's why at times you see people may have a successful business, but they may struggle in their marriage, right? Or maybe someone is an awesome husband and father, but yet, you know what, their business is struggling from an attention perspective, right? Maybe they need to have a team in place to help them with some of the aspects of their business because they are fully engaged as a husband and a father, right? But either way, it's the whole concept of attention. Like, something is going to cost you something, and the first thing that you think about is your attention. Like, literally, you only have a limited capacity in regards to your attention. So therefore, to focus on one thing, you have to not focus on something else. For some of us, it's distractions, things like social media. A lot of people use social media for business, but then there are a lot of us that don't use social media for business. We use it for pure entertainment. And to get things done, at times, we have to shift our attention away from being perpetually entertained to getting things done. So it requires our attention to shift. The next component that I mentioned was the concept of time. Something's going to cost you your time. See, when we think about it, we all have 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. I don't care how wealthy you are, how financially challenged you are. You have the same 24 hours that the next man has. 24 hours in a day. That is what we all have. But to do something in this particular moment is going to potentially cost you your time. I could be doing this, but the reality is I'm going to do this. So therefore, your time is split, or your time is limited, because again, you only have 24 hours in a day. Now, how do people maximize 24 hours? Again, it goes back to things like using teams or using systems and protocols, having things in place which help to stretch your time because you're not having to physically do everything. You have systems in place. But the reality is it's still going to cost you your time. Therefore, you're going to have to choose where you spend your time, how you spend your time. And if you choose to do it in one capacity, that means something else is going to suffer. It's going to cost you something. That's why it's so important for us to make the most of our time. Again, whenever you do anything, it's going to cost you something. Either your attention, it's going to cost you your time, or it's going to cost you resources, meaning, money, right? Things cost. See, a lot of times when people say it takes money to make money, yeah, at times that makes sense. But then in other instances, maybe it's not, because it does not always take money to make money, but it does take something, whether it's your time, whether it's your attention. But at times it does require you to spend money. It requires you to invest. It requires you to put something behind the thing that you're working on. They call it having skin in the game. At times it requires you to have skin in the game financially to make something happen. But again, it's going to cost you something. There's nothing for free. If someone gives you something for free, realize it's not free. There's something on the back end attached to it. If somebody gives you something for free, a lot of times what they're doing is they're giving you something, but then they're also buying influence. They're buying the ability to tell you where you can go, how you can do things. It's not just free. I mean, think about that. We have to always be mindful of that. There is nothing in life for free. It's always going to cost something. It might not be money or your resources. And if it's not your money or resources, it's going to cost you your time or your attention. And I didn't throw this one in. Sometimes it may cost you your freedom. So that's why we have to be mindful of things being free, because nothing is free. If something is given to you and someone gives you something, in a lot of instances, they now have leverage. So we have to be mindful of that and be careful, because, everything given to you is not great, right? Sometimes it's good to get stuff, but just because it's free, I used to always hear people say, like, man, if it's free, I'll take it. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but there's something attached to that. Always be mindful of that, because sometimes you could be taking something for free in exchange for your freedom. And look, none of us want to be in shackles. So anyway, I'm going to encourage y'all to make the most of the moments, but also realize that when you make the most of the moment and you step out and do something powerful, you do something impactful, it's going to cost you something. So because it's going to cost you something, let's make sure that it's worth it. All right. Well, hey, fellas, man, I hope y'all got something out of this this quick chat, and I hope you take action. But I hope you also take action with the right mindset, understanding that nothing's for free. Everything's going to cost you something. But at the end, it'll be worth it. All right. Well, hey, as always, make sure to subscribe to Black Fathers Now via your favorite social media. Not social media, your favorite listening platform. Go to my YouTube channel. If you literally search Black Fathers Now or Mike Dorsey, I should pop up. Subscribe, leave some likes, leave some comments, share my YouTube channel out. We want this bad boy to blow up, as well as if you're listening to this on any platform right now, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, wherever it is, and you're subscribed, leave a rating, share this thing out. We want every brother in the world to hear about Black Fathers Now, because we're changing the world here, man. We want to bring the best out of black men. Black male excellence is what we talk about, what we focus on, and we're capable. But we have to continuously feed ourselves with things that are going to encourage us, motivate us, instruct us on how to do so, and do so through the context of being a black man. Because, look, our experiences are our experiences, and everybody can't understand that. So we got to make sure that we connect with individuals who speak our language, who understand us, so that we can, so that we can be the best that we can be. Because the world needs it, but more importantly, that person in the mirror needs it. All right. Well, hey, y'all, until next time, as always, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always, always, always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.